I don't know what's going on with IG. Here we go.
Well, there we are.
Well, voila.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beatbox. Mars Black, I see you. Sierra, what's the deal? It is the highly anticipated return of your favorite weekly new music and mental health live stream up in here.
Woo!
It's your boy Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, and your favorite rapper still owes me money. And I am reunited with my co-host.
Hello. My name is Foxy Box, the elusive MILF in your area looking for a good time.
It's good to see y'all too, man. We missed you guys. For mental health this week, I think we're kicking it off with what the hell happened? Where the hell have we been? How the hell have we been? And what's been going on in our lives? Foxy, you want to kick us off?
Well, shit, where do we even start? What do we consider this? Is this season 2? The season 2 of Beatbox? We're
Sheesh.
about
Is it season
20
two?
episodes. Feel like we've deserved a season 2.
We're floating around that. I believe this is episode 19 if we're not counting, both our solo, your solo one and then my test pilot for Chilling with Dylan. But
God damn it. Yeah, I would consider it season 2, so I'm gonna call it. It's season 2 Beatbox.
It's season 2.
We made it a whole season.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, let's start with our mental health check-in, and we're gonna kind of just like freestyle it today. We got a few different things that we were gonna touch on. So we're back from break. How was your break? What have you spent your time doing, Dylan? You want to talk to us about that?
Well, we missed 1 week because we had the celebration of life for my dad, which was beautiful at the Grammy Museum in downtown Los Angeles. Incredible turnout. I couldn't have been more pleased with the amount of friends, family, and great people who were there. So that was a beautiful way to honor my late father. Then from there, I needed to actually take a social media break. And in many ways, I kind of feel like I still do. Like it has not quite been long enough. But due to some work obligations, I've decided to, come back in stages. I'm very happily unbothered not being on Twitter right now. So, just kind of we all know the adverse effects of being on social media too much. And, it was getting to me, making me feel like I was in competition with people I didn't need to be in competition with, keeping a digital uh, tab on people who, real life didn't give a fuck about me. And
Right.
just moving forward, not leaning on that. And now learning there's a difference between using social media and being on social media. And we got two things here. There's freedom and free doom. And very much, I think, I was like in a hypnotized state, just chronically scrolling. But, now I'm just getting back on the horse and saying, like, am I really, what's the word I'm looking here? Am I really equipped to be a content creator? And just kind of going back to the roots of like why I got in this. Braggs, what up? I see you. The roots of why I got in this, to bring hot takes about music and really bring that collective conversation about music and showing love to these artists. That's really what it's all about. So I know you guys missed Thickness Protection Program too. I had a wonderful conversation with Finney earlier this afternoon. Shout out to my good brother. Um, just about dealing with grief and then getting back on that content horse. So that is the goal. I just want to make sure personal upkeep has to come first. So without rambling for too long, I also want Foxy to have a chance to share why she went on break as well.
So I'd say that I went on break for a few different reasons. Number one was to respect that Dylan likely needed to take some space, although I would have loved to push him to do beatbox, of course, because it's fun. It was just the right time for us both. I think that also I've been in an active lawsuit with the property that I have been living at for the past year that I, prior to jumping back into sex work this last year, was managing. So we're trying to settle, and basically, I'm trying to have them just let me walk, me be paid what I need for relocation, and get justice in the situation that I've been really powerless to for the past year. So that's good, but it's really, really a lot of mind power, and I need to be focused. And also, I've decided to give up my apartment because I need to be with my family more right now, and I need to save money, and I want to be able to travel and really lean into all of my potential with my career. And so I'm spending every penny that I make to live out where I do, and I'm just ready to simplify my life. So I've just been really taking this break to put my life in order and figure out where my energy needs to be going, who's on my side, what the next year is going to look like for me professionally. And I'm ready to start my like full on like career now. And so I am just dealing with a lot of change, and I think change is really good. This economy really sucks, and so I have no shame in the fact that for the first time since I was a teenager, I'm going to move home, which is like crazy, but I'm going to do it because it's for the betterment of my situation, mine and my son's situation. He needs my help with his education. I need to be with him full time. Um, my mom can, if I'm paying all this money for living, I might as well be keeping it in my family and helping my mom. So it just makes sense. And I'm not even upset about it at all. It's going to give me a lot of time. I can rent out my studio space, and I'm going to be in a college town, and I can really lean into all of my potentials. So just really, really good things.
Right. Peace to Cass who just joined the chat too.
Hi,
But
Cassie.
but I think that's a really noble thing of you to do. And like you don't do you feel like you're losing out on the apartment, or is it like you're going into a new chapter, like ready to do good things?
So there are like a lot of different aspects that are going to change with making this decision. Obviously, I'm going to go from having a whole apartment to being in a bedroom. So I mean, it's going to really change up how I do things. But having a studio space is going to be money better spent. So, I'm really just not thinking that much about it. Honestly, I'm just like going with the flow because resisting the flow's done nothing for anybody. Like, just fucking accept what life is offering you. I'm trying to simplify. I'm doing like affirmations every morning, and I'm just like trying to just be in a good place and not be negative because I started making my people not like me because I was negative, which sucks. But hey, I mean, I need to be better for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, right on,
Amen.
right on. I think you have the right attitude about it. I mean, is this going to be a permanent thing, or is it like an extended
No.
stay? Or Daisy
I
Cakes, I see you.
What's up, Daisy? So I basically am giving myself like a 6-month plan. I know that I've told everybody that I've really been considering relocating to Mexico. That could still be a thing. Or I'm gonna just stay there in that area and make the most money I can off of the college population there and helping them with management and aligning with their goals and doing Boudoir Plus and all of the different things I know and just having office space. I'm just gonna fucking see what happens. And I get to finally start meeting everybody and traveling, going to Exotica. Um, so we're gonna do this. It's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
do this.
fucking amazing. And you and I are gonna hang out. We're gonna travel around. We're gonna interview people. We might
Yeah.
even show them our nipples. You don't fucking know.
Uh, they
Yeah.
they gotta pay some P's, a P and A and H though.
We'll
Hey
have
now.
little we'll have tip jars, but like, you know, make it sexy. They'll have them like right
Okay.
here. I'll be like ding a ding ding.
I love it.
So yeah, good shit, guys. Talk it in the comments amongst yourselves to us. What have you guys been doing while you were on break? Did you use your time away from Beatbox to reflect on how much you love us?
Yeah, there's
Did you
probably a
listen
lot
to
of
our
things I missed.
playlist?
Who went to Chicago Exotica here in the comments? Raise your hand.
Hands up for Exotica, not me.
Well, anyway, let's talk about some news. Missy Elliott, legendary, got inducted as the first female rapper into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I love that so much. So I've always been a Missy fan ever since I could remember. The Rain Super Duper Fly. That's like one of the first music videos I ever remember being like, whoa. I've listened to her always. She was always one of my heavy rotation femcs. And she deserves it. She deserves it. And she's been like positive in the community. It's like you never heard nothing fucking negative about that woman.
No, she keeps her nose clean and just has made some great music.
And she's talented.
Doesn't even have to put out a new album. She's like continuing to get her flowers. Like
yeah.
Missy, hats off. For real.
Yeah, she deserves it so much. What I really like about her also is like she was like a big girl when she came out and she still rocked that shit. She was confident and nobody was like, oh, Missy Elliott's a fucking fat ass. They're just like rock with her, and she just like gave that confidence of like just being a cool fat girl. Then she lost the fucking weight and she was still thick and she was healthy and she was like, oh yeah, I love this. And I'm still paying respect to everybody. And she never cut anybody down. She never made it about her image. Like, God, she's such a queen.
She really
Love
is.
her. What's your favorite Missy Elliott song?
Woo, good question. It's not loot. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Yeah.
So Work It's your favorite?
I'm a fan of like features too, and like her appearance on what was it with with Ludacris and Tweet, break me off, show me what you got.
Oh, that 1 Minute Man. I was
Yeah,
singing
one
that
minute,
today while I was
man. Oh
unloading my
yeah, it's 1 Minute
dishwasher.
Man. Yeah, because Jay-Z was on that too. With
Do you remember she
Jay-Z
used to
and
collab with like Tweet a lot
Tweet,
too?
yep.
Like
Ooh,
did she do not Oops Oh
there goes
My?
my shirt.
But
Oh my.
I think my favorite, and I remember. Okay, so I'm really gonna age myself here. I had a digital alarm clock.
Jay-Z gossip. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. There's so I think The Rain's always gonna be like my number one. But do you remember when she would do a lot of stuff with like Nelly Furtado? I really like that era too.
The stuff she
and I
did with
remember
MIA.
my digital clock that I'd wake up to in the morning. It would go off. I'd get up at like 5 a.m. because that's when they'd play like the best music, and I'd hear a lot of Missy Elliott back then. And I remember the the music video where she's like, it's with Nelly Furtado, and she's like in the fucking swamps and shit. I can't remember the name of it, but it's such a good one. That's probably one of my favorites. But yeah, of course, because I'm thinking about it, I can't think of the name. Don't you know Murphy's Law? So
yeah, we got somebody look up all the collabs that Missy Elliott did with Nelly Furtado. Comment them.
Okay. And then also, she worked a lot with Aaliyah too. Rest in peace.
She sure did. Rest in peace. And she worked a lot with her fellow Virginia native Timberland, who we got to talk about now.
Yes, that flows right properly into each other. So Timbaland, is he canceled or is he not canceled? Let's talk about it.
So Britney Spears' new memoir has come out called The Woman in Me. And in response to that, he told a lot of this is detailing her relationship with Justin Timberlake and, the adverse effects it had on her mental health. And he said to Justin Timberlake somehow publicly, can you put a muzzle on her? And Britney Spears fans were up in arms about that. To which he apologized and said, you know what, I was tripping. I'm sorry. Whoop, whoop-de-whoop. He did apologize, but they say Timberland's facing backlash. Ladies first, Foxy, what do you think?
Okay. So first of all, Britney's fans are always going to be up in arms.
Hey
so
guys, I want you to take this moment in here on Beatbox. It's a white woman and a black man talking about an issue between a white woman and a black man.
Are we about to box?
Natalie Kinky is in the house.
So what I first of all want to say, obviously, is everybody that's Britney's fans and stuff, they'll have backlash about anything, right? But what I don't like is that how's Timberland gonna just like be just? I feel like it's kind of misogynistic. First of all, that was a very misogynistic stance for him to take to just instantly be like, put a muzzle on her. Like, she's been through a lot, and this is the first time that she's actually gotten to speak up and like talk about like her truth and her experiences. And to be honest, she hasn't even said anything about was like that fucking heinous about anybody. She's just talking about her experiences. What's the worst thing that she said was that Justin Timberlake, when he saw I can't remember. He saw Genuine out on the streets, and like he was like,
Justin put out a black
yeah, for shizzle or something. But like that was also like how a lot of people talked back then. But like that's like the worst, like and like like that they had an abortion, like which it's that's something that a lot of women deal with, which I think is just relatable on that end. But like it's just why even speak up because it's like just make music.
You know what? I think it's not a cancelable offense. If you think that is a cancelable offense, you are a product of today's overly sensitive culture where anyone can't simply crack a joke or say something slightly inappropriate or slightly abrasive and not have somebody in their feelings. No, I don't think Timberland should have apologized. Yeah, I think Britney Spears fans are overly sensitive. It's like if I don't think there is anything wrong with a man telling another man to tell his ex from many, many, many moons ago to pipe down, and that's what Timberland was doing. It just wasn't a cute enough or sensitive enough choice of words in today's today's weird ass climate.
Right?
So like if he would have said that around the time that they were dating, nobody would bat an eye at that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like he told the bitch to go fuck herself.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like it's just a lot of stuff being blown up when like there's just like so much more that could just be talked about. I feel like that Britney Spears has had to hold in so much that she kind of let it all pour out. I think Cassie just said in the chat that it's been so long that she was confused why it was brought up, but it's a touchy subject. And I think that sums it up perfectly that it's been a long fucking time. Nobody should be like up in arms over this stuff. It's just her telling what she's been through. But it was very weird that he would even talk like just make music.
I mean,
like you don't talk about anything else. Like
it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a without a Brittany book to step to. I mean, if it's all about her just coming out with a book, I mean, it's like okay, it is kind of like rude. It is kind of for him. It is kind of talking out of turn, but it's like, hey, are you now? Hey, now, you Britney fans, are you no longer listening to Timberland beats? Is that what we're doing? We're boycotting Timmy over here. Okay,
is that what they want to do? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit much, but
no. When we repost, time will tell when we repost this on TikTok, and then if you Britney stans want to come forward, hey, welcome to the palm tree, bitches.
Yeah, welcome, Britney stans. We've got the bimbo hip hop super deluxe cocktail of confusion around here, where we don't know the dynamic, but we fucking roll with it.
Hold up, super hip hop bimbo deluxe cocktail of confusion.
That's my fucking album.
Oh!
Hit up Johnny T. I need a new song.
Destiny's in the house. What to do, ma?
And also shout out to Johnny and Hip Hop Organics for making that fucking Foxy Box Jam. It's so good. And everybody that listens to it, they get it like stuck in their heads and stuff.
They came through clean.
Yeah, it's
they
a good
really
one.
Did.
It's like a really good sum up of like my personality, and he just really put a lot of love into it. And
I saw Life of Brian did a fan art of you too.
Yeah, Life of Brian did a great fan art of me, and he actually DM'd me, and he was like, "Hey, anytime you want more art, freaking hit me up." So
that is a protector. Shout out Life of Brian.
Dude, shout out to all of the protectors and especially our crowned prince, Mr. Matthew McKinley.
Matthew McKinley.
We love you so fucking much.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
So, we're in hip hop history today. I've got a ton of deaths and birthdays, so we'll start with the deaths.
Candles and coffins.
What?
Candles and coffins. Get it?
Oh,
candles and coffins.
Yes, candles and in today's candles and coffins segment. So in hip hop history, we've got October 8th, 1994, Pete Rock and CL Smooth's second album, The Main Ingredient, comes out. November 7th, 1995, GZA's Liquid Swords, which is your girl's personal favorite album, that and the Fugees' The Score. That's
when
like
the MCs came to live out the name.
So if you guys have never listened to Liquid Swords, it is a fucking work of art. It sums up everything you could love about hip hop, everything you could love about GZA, why he is my favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan, and treat yourself. So the anniversary of that is November 7th, 1995. We've got death anniversaries this week. We've got Donda West, Kanye West's mother. She passed away on November 10th, 2007 from surgery complications.
Rest in peace, Donda.
Rest in peace, Donda. November 8th, 2011, Heavy D passed away. Do you remember when Heavy D passed away? That was a really big fucking deal.
Yes, and I remember I was at a restaurant with my parents, and then it was before Heavy passed, but my dad kind of looked like Heavy D. And then a guy walked up to my dad when we were walking out. He's like, "Heavy," and I was like,
"No." He said, out of pocket. Yeah, he probably didn't know he died.
No, Heavy. That was before that. But
yeah. Okay. So no, I'm talking about Heavy D.
Yeah. No, I know that was before that.
Okay.
Dark humor and confusion for the win.
Yeah, it's just a living fucking example.
Double kill.
So, and then also we've got, actually back to Heavy D. Didn't a whole bunch of rappers die that year? It was like
2007. I don't know. I think in more recent years, rappers died more often.
No, it was 2011.
Oh.
I, for some reason, like when I think of Heavy D passing away, I feel like I remember seeing like a mural that like was like a music video of like everybody that had recently passed. Maybe I'm thinking of, I don't know. Anyway, and then so we've also got birthdays. November 10th, 1971. Big Pun's birthday. That's when he was born. And also on November 10th. But 1970 is Warren G's birthday. Also on November 10th, 1978, we've got Eve. We've got a very heavily female-dominated topic line femc thing going today. Sandra Peppa Denton, Sandy Denton, my favorite. She is November 9th, 1969, and she also shares that birthday, same date and year, with Lolita Shante or Roxanne Shante. So both legends right there. And today is Tech Nine's birthday, and he was born in 1971. So
hey, oh damn!
Happy birthday, Tekanina.
Tekanina, you're 52.
Whoa! Now watch out, because here comes Tekanina. Soundtrack of high school for me, for sure.
Oh yeah, Tech Nine. I got into Tech Nine in high school as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tech Nine. Met him. Good dude.
Yeah, but also I kind of feel like that same kind of way about Tech as I feel about Slug. Like they kind of need to step down and like let their people kind of step up a little more.
Well, that's a good transition into one of our singles this year, Atmosphere, Traveling Forever. They got a new EP on the way. Now, keep in mind, it was just less than 6 months ago where they had their album. So many realities exist simultaneously. But I like this new single and music video from Atmosphere, Traveling Forever. You know, Slug is over 50 and still doing the damn thing. Like, still introspective as ever. That beat was just so, like, kind of God's bathroom flourish era. You know, just like, you know, I've been, you know, kind of that's been my late night hit the bong song lately. So,
Oh yeah, that's been your bonger. I like that. You got your bubbler bonger, and now you're all fucking jamming out late night, hitting it,
you
thinking
know
deep
it.
thoughts. It was actually really good. It reminded me why I fuck with Atmosphere, which you know we've been reviewing this album over the past couple of
Yeah.
months, and there was a lot of shit that I'm just like, oh, what a stinker. But
Last Dragon, what's
also,
going on?
Atmosphere was here in Spokane last week, and I had a couple of friends that were at the show, and they were posting to Snapchat, and he sounded great up there, and
Love it.
yeah. So I mean, he may be old, but 50 is the new 40.
Yeah, Atmosphere is getting a lot of love on Beatbox,
Definitely. I mean,
as always.
we're both like, you know, little backpack rap hip hop head. Like we love that shit. That's kind of what brought us together.
Most
So
definitely.
for sure. Yeah, so let's talk about our mutual album now. We mutually reviewed Cold War Kids' self-titled album, which that right there, the fact that they call this album Cold War Kids, and this is not their first album. Matter of fact, I noticed this album because do you remember that song Hang Me Out to Dry that they did?
I remember the name of it.
So hang me out to dry. That's how it goes.
Don't ever
You don't
sing
know?
that again.
No, it's how they sing it. That's
I'm
how
fucking
they
with you.
sing it, you fucking hater. Cancel Dylan. Cancel culture's choppers
Oh,
rolling
good.
up,
Less shit
taking
I
him
gotta do.
out.
I'm canceled. Bye. Hey, you can't cancel me.
Bye.
You can't. You see how many people are watching this live? You got to be popular to get canceled.
Hey, you know, we got to give them another week to remember that we're on Wednesdays. So it's, you know, I feel like partially I'm happy that it's a slower week so that we can ease back into it, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you guys don't think about the fact that like a live podcast is kind of fucking wild.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I call it less a live podcast. I call it a live stream because from watching Community and Back on Fig, like those are live streams. But
I don't know what that is.
oh, AD from No Jumper. His brand's Community Clips. Then T-Rel from No Jumper. His brand's Back on Fig. You
Oh
got to
yeah,
do
I
your
don't know.
YouTubes. You got to know what other LA hip hop podcasts, media outlets are killing it. So,
Well, good job, guys. I guess I better figure you out.
pardon,
Oh,
pardon
Foxbox
my
does her
white
own
Asian
thing.
woman co-host, guys. We love you. We all love, okay, before we go on another rant about a whole other album, let's talk about some thoughts on the new self-titled Cold War Kids album. I had never listened to Cold War Kids in my life before. Don't ask me why, because there's other bands that are adjacent to them that I probably do like probably this, the Strokes, and
Yeah.
I don't know who else, but Killers, is that of this era too? Am I right or wrong?
So actually, when I think of Cold War Kids, I think of a bit after the Strokes. So these guys were coming up at like the big boom of like indie in like the early 2010s. You know
Yeah.
what the kids now call the Tweed area, the Tweed era, or Twee. It's called Twee.
Darian's in the
Anyway,
house.
so I saw that and I was like, let's check it out. And it made me laugh because when I first was like, sent it to you, and I don't know if it was this morning, you were like, this Cold War Kids shit makes me think of working at Bro. And
No, it
I was
does, because they
like,
would play like Bruce Springsteen in there, and the shit sounded like Bruce Springsteen singing over the
it was
fucking
so
Strokes.
bad.
It
It
was
was
so
so
it was so cheesy. It was just the most like dad rock, like Just this is what white people in a small town go to and dance to on a Friday in the town square.
This is definitely some shit that like my mom would love.
Yes,
This
it
is some
was
shit my
so.
mom would love. I was like, fuck, why did I choose this? But this is the second time I've actually done this
Yeah.
because you remember the Electric Six album?
Oh God, the Electric Six album. Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
That's what being a
we're
hipster fucking gets us.
the beatbox listeners need to draw straws for who picks the lame rock album.
Listen,
Palmer Foxy.
we appeal to a huge audience,
Yes, we do.
okay? We're the unity. We got everybody together, okay? Fucking 60-year-old grandpa, white
Yeah,
grandpa man. He could be here. And fucking 20-year-old bimbo babe that would fuck with MILF, Scene
yeah.
Queen, speaking of our next single. Um, so we've got something totally different than Cold War
We're
Kids.
the happy
We
medium.
did
We're the
my
happy
single.
medium between a South Central LA in '90s house party and Bonnaroo. Yeah,
We're a level fucking playing field. We
yeah.
fucks with everyone here.
Fucks with everyone.
Um,
Yeah,
so we got MILF is the name, and the song is called Scene Queen. We open up the scene of MILF's Scene Queen in boudoir style cowgirl pink rhinestone outfit on stage, surrounded by hay bales, and off stage there is a mosh pit of a rock band. MILF proceeds to start the song by talking very dirty and does not stop until the end. The chorus is a screamo style, and the rest is totally like MySpace
oh, that was
style
MySpace for show. I was laughing the entire
bimbo,
time. I'm
fucking
like, where did she
Aisha,
find this music video? That
erotica.
that was like, oh man, like there was like peaches mixed with I don't even know. It was great. It was
She
just
sings into a fucking double-sided dildo. I was waiting for her to lasso it over her head, but I'll have to save
yeah.
that for a music video in the future that I'll do.
Mm. Yeah, that was definitely MySpace era.
It was so good. You guys got to definitely go check
It's
that one
audible
out.
porn.
Just even
It really is.
it's good. It's good. So yeah, we've got Cold War Kids and MILF. Um,
Mhm.
also, we went another single that we did was the Beatles Now and Then. That or Then and Now, I'm sorry. That shit had me emotional, and I'm barely even a Beatles fan.
Yeah, Kyler, what up? I see you.
What do you think?
Yeah. No, I've never claimed to be a Beatles fan either, but you know what? That was very soothing to the soul, and
It was
the
really
deep fake
good.
technology they used to have the fallen members of the Beatles in the music video was beautiful.
Right, and I truly did feel that that's the most appropriate way to use these rising technologies of AI and deep fake and uh, all of that type of thing. I felt like that was a very tasteful representation of the nice things that it can do, and it really helped me to reflect on how it would soothe the souls of a lot of the old people in this world to see things that they loved. And here's a fucking kicker for you guys that we don't really think about. So we have access to a lot of the things that we're nostalgic about. I can go and I can watch old episodes of Flavor of Love. We can go watch old episodes of Family Matters. We can watch even Happy Days, things like that. We can go and we can get on eBay and we can access a lot of things. But the older generations, as shitty and insufferable as they are, for the most part, there are some gems, but they don't get to experience nostalgia in the same way. So for me to see that deepfake AI type technology used for the Beatles then and now, it kind of touched me to be like, wow, this is probably really big for them. Probably like some big fucking shit.
Aw,
Just
it
some
hit home for
perspective.
Foxy.
It did because, like, they don't get to experience that nostalgia the way that we do, and they were there in it. And, also it's very telling, and we should wake up as the aging young people that are now not young peoples, that, You
Speak
know,
for
these are
yourself.
the
I'm still young
people.
and handsome. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I'm old and
Hey.
ugly, and a mean old bitch.
you,
But
you said
yeah,
it,
is
not
it the
me.
glasses? You call me old?
I
Get
didn't
out of
call you
here,
old.
glasses.
You called you old.
So
Actually,
anyway,
you
but
do
we
look
are
a little younger
18
with the glasses. I don't know.
with.
Yeah, put them back on. I don't know. It's just wait. Hmm. I can't. I can't decide. And then somebody in the comments would. I wish somebody would say, "Doesn't matter. Glasses are without. We're just looking at the tits." Ah.
You know what?
Cricket.
I'm wearing
Cricket. Cricket.
turtlenecks the rest of the season.
Okay, I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna
Okay.
wear a speedo the rest of the season.
Oh my God, role reversal. Um, but now I'm off track. God damn it. Oh no, what I was gonna say is basically it's kind of telling to think back on the fact that these are the people that were the youth and the young adults and the people that were in that like free love fucking hippie era. Like, oh, we're not we're killing we're killing all of these things that our parents did, and we're stopping segregation, and we're fucking with everybody, we're free loving, and we're fucking, and we're having women be liberated and burn their bras, but they still turned out to be asshole fucking assholes. And so it's like we should probably like really check ourselves and make sure that we don't do that.
I agree. But how do you check yourself? You just don't want to get into a linear type of thinking. That's why, like, also I don't talk. Even though a lot of new artists are like trash, I don't like openly say that. Like with certain new artists, like I haven't like done a Ice Spice is bad video or a King Carson is bad. Like I learned my lesson when I did one video on Yeet. You know, you know that it's just like it's just not for you to speak on.
Right. I was watching a YouTuber, I can't remember her name, but I've been really enjoying a lot of her stuff. And she was talking about the era of social media that we're in. I can't remember what she called it, but it's like how people like want to make everything about them. And it's like not everything's for you. Like you don't have to comment that you don't like something. It's not for you. And she compared it to the fact that when we were younger and like watching TV and stuff like that, and that was how we consumed media, that if we didn't like something, we just like turned the channel.
Well, you know what I'm kind
We
of
don't have to
calling.
comment.
You know what I'm calling the 2020s as a whole?
What?
The Great Regression.
It is because we regressed as a
We're going
society, as a
backwards.
social machine.
Yeah,
We
the Great
suck.
Regression. Yeah, there's so much technology and it's making people dumber.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
I'm seriously like that I'm going to be switching once I get my studio going to all equipment that's not my phones, obviously, for shooting and things like that. And I think I'm going to really like dial back on how much I'm on socials aside from just like maintaining my platforms
yeah.
and doing like things like this.
I just feel like
I'm
overall
ready for it. Getting a flip phone.
with a lot of society, particularly young people, there's like some type of lack of morale. I think once the pen up tangent, we'll never get through all this music, but I think with the pandemic, mental health went on the decline, and now you're like kind of seeing the results of that.
And I feel
From
like a lot of us are trying to reclaim
yeah,
the parts of ourselves that were lost during the pandemic. I've always been known as being like bubbly and like a ray of sunshine, but a lot of people in my personal life have, spoken out and said, "Hey, you've become like a really negative person." And I, got butthurt for a second, but then I really am taking that to like reflecting on my mindset because cognitive dissonance is real, and a lot of people don't have that fine nuance of knowing that like their thoughts are actually what's poisoning like their reality in a lot of ways. And so I'm just like trying to like deprogram myself from the negativity that I consumed
Same.
during
That's
the
my whole reason
pandemic.
for getting off social media was to reduce the negativity that I consume.
Right. So, if we collectively started doing those things as a
Yeah.
society, I think that things could really change. But a lot of people aren't ready to let
Especially me
go.
being like at the time being an underemployed content creator and a non-sex worker among sex workers was just like that hit close. But like also like a lot of sex workers came to my side and were like, no, we face the same things for different reasons.
Right, definitely. And also just, a reminder that the adult industry is full of toxicity. It always will be. It's a revolving door of
Right.
negative people. And you got to just find the gems.
Right. And I was
And
telling Finney earlier
thankfully, I
this
feel like
afternoon. I kind of sorry to cut you off, Fox, but like I
it's
was
okay.
I was telling the other Fox about that I was met with so much with what I saw was a beautiful community, and I would see the
Yeah.
same similarities in the music industry. You know, from the the industry side to the artistry side. And now I just see how like unsolid and rickety those relationships turn and how people turn on one another. And at the end of the day, what I thought was a community is actually an every person for themselves sport. Yeah, but all of it is just kind of like phony because at the end of the day, it's like the only one responsible for consoling you is you.
Right. And that really goes with any industry, anything, any circle. We do all need to just be like having ourselves like so I think it really sucks because I think that a lot of us were raised to like feel that it was selfish to like take care of ourselves
Yeah.
first. And that's not right. I feel like that's a way that a lot of our parents gaslit us into like not needing them for things. So
Um.
I
Wait.
just
What do you
think
mean?
that like if you're just like accepting like the bare minimum, then it's just you don't question it.
I'm still lost.
Never mind.
Moving
It's
on to more music.
yeah. So
Got to do an
also
after version of beatbox because I do want to I just got to call you afterwards. Be like, where were you going with that?
I can't even remember what we were talking about. I've been smoking a lot of pot all day.
I haven't smoked it all today.
Well, you should smoke it. Smoke a pot. Smoke 3 pots.
Smoke a.
Um, yes. So your album. Let's talk about it.
All right, I got a couple of albums I want to show some love to. First of all, YelloHill, Hit Town, God damn it, Dupree, Mr. Perfect. You know what? For the most part, I gave this a listen. I was impressed, not like blown away, but like let me tell you something. YelloHill is just kind of shaping up to be one of them ones. Because as far
Yeah.
as LA, he brings the gangster side, but he brings like an honest side, and then um Hit Town, I really didn't get to like learn much about from this tape, and kind of felt like at times this project was a little too braggadocious, but also it had that just enough of that street edge and just enough, representation of the ism that I could like take this away with me and be like, okay, this is hard. And God damn it, Dupree, I'm a fan of his shit because like every time he collabs and does like a tape with G Perico, for example, he's always got the beats knocking. So a couple, I'm from LA, born and raised, and you know what? I always want to support whatever comes out of the underground, out of my city. So, songs like Watch Your Mouth, I'm So Sexy, Tommy Vassetti, I'm a Grand Theft Auto nut, so that Vice City reference was off the change. And Bitch This
Yeah.
Pimpin', like again, man, some of my favorite rap as I get older is just really about the ism, really about the game. So Born Gangsta and
Right.
then LA, like goddamn Dupree put his foot in on that final song LA for the production. I think the way he layered and textured the rapper's voice on there was really well done. So without saying too much, I just want to say that Mr. Perfect is one that the Palm Tree should check out. But I'm hoping I can meet YelloHill, catch an interview or catch a show or something. Or hoping we can sit down because that dude's doing some dope things.
Yeah, I was, as usual, glad to be treated to some music that you put me on to that I would have not heard. So I appreciate it. And I enjoyed this. My favorite was probably I'm So Sexy. So, much as you said, just good stuff. I like a little bit of braggadocious, a little bit of, I
Yeah.
like that. So,
Shout
so
out to
it's
Big Big
good.
Cherry, aka Paola, who just entered the chat. I see you, mommy.
My album was the 25th anniversary release of Portishead's Roseland, New York City live album. I am not usually like a live album kind of person, but I really, really love Portishead. I feel like if I was to sum up my bad bitch persona when I'm in the mood for making like content or like if I do like striptease content, burlesque kind of shit. My aesthetic is like a baddie, like that version of myself, my goddess self, that Portishead's music really is just like that for me. And I really thought that live, it was almost even better. It was the extended cuts of all of these songs on the playlist. I put, of course, Glory Box. I think that that's their most well-known song. I did Mysterions and Numb also, which are all very iconic. Please, if you listen to anything that we talk about, treat yourself to that because it's a good immersive experience with some live music that you forget is live.
And
What
I've
did you think,
haven't,
Dylan?
you know what? I didn't get around to this one, unfortunately. But Portishead's a band I've known about, but not known. I've never really dug into their music, so this is a great opportunity if you guys want to go to the Beatbox official playlist on YouTube, which you can find in Foxy's bio, to go dig into
Yep.
those songs and get to know, like, have that live experience listening to Portishead. I sure will be after this stream. And I want to shout out my
Yeah,
girl
and
Coffee with Amazon, fellow podcaster, representation of this game. Everybody
hello.
go follow her. Amazing Black Queen,
Wonderful.
protector, all that.
So that's it for all of our music this week.
Nope, that's not
You and
it.
I,
That's not it. We ain't
it's
done
not?
yet. We got some extra. We got some more
Oh
for them
shit.
here on this Beatbox Live.
Whoa! We're getting a
Whoa,
bonus today.
we're getting a
Extended
bonus
cut,
today
8 o'clock hour.
because
Let's
we missed
go.
you. Okay. Brent Fiyaz, Larger Than Life. Loved, love, 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 love this album. I only listened to it once, but let me tell you what I took away from it. You know what? That first song with the Timberland production, we were just talking about him. Love those early 2000 R&B vibes. And he got Missy Elliott on the album. How dope is that? And there's so many
There
names
we
on here of
go.
the features that, like, these are people I haven't heard of. Look at Brent Fiyaz doing the right thing by putting on for people. Come on now. So when you get into these artists going forward, you always be like, hey, I heard them on Brent Fiyaz's Larger Than Life album. Okay. So he's just coming with that early 2000s type of groove, man, that almost like alternative sound, like, the song Best Time, which is actually produced by Khalees. She has production credits on that, but that just sounds like some straight up Neptune's era shit. And then the
Hmm.
Big Mad skit, I was laughing because it's just like some salty nigga calling this girl, find out where she is, and he can't control her. um Moment of Your Life featuring Coco Jones. That's another artist I had never heard of. Was so damn smooth. He's got ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ant on here. I love that song with Rocky he did Outside All Night. Was so dreamy. Pause. Then Upset featuring Tommy, Richmond, and Felix. Again, he's just throwing names at me that I hadn't heard of yet. I'm like, who are all these people? Then on this side featuring ASAP Ant and Cruddy Murda. I like how he got ASAP Ant on this album because I think Brent was born in he grew up in Columbia, Maryland. So ASAP Ant being from Baltimore. I think just that was just a Maryland thing. It was a good look. They got
Right.
"Belong to You" featuring Babyface Ray, and you got Babyface Ray on a slow jam. Like, how you gonna get somebody like thugging like that on a slow jam? I really enjoyed this album. I want to spend some more time with it, but I always like to take these opportunities through Beatbox to touch on these albums that I may not have time to review through the rest of the week. But
Yeah.
I was into this
And
Brent Fiyaz Larger Than Life for show.
seeing how passionate you are about it, and basically I'll trade you listen to the Portishead album, I'll check this one out, and we'll have to talk about it on our own
For
time.
sure. I just had to squeeze in this one as the extra, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out.
Can't
Like I
believe I
said, your
haven't seen Brent
passion makes
Fiyaz
me
live yet.
immediately want to dive in. So,
Love
and I
it.
also like that ASAP Ants on there. I love ASAP Mob. There's like a mixtape that they did. Fuck, it's probably been like almost 10 years ago. It's been 10 years, and it's one of the best mixtapes I've ever fucking listened
Is it Lords
to.
Never Worry?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes it
King of
is.
New York with these underground
God,
killers. The
it's
bath
so
salts
fucking
with
good.
Flatbush Zombies. That was so good. I went
Yeah,
back and listened to some of that the other day.
yeah, I've actually been thinking about that era of rap a lot.
Yeah, the Beast
Shout
Coast
out
era.
my ex Casey. He fucking put me onto a lot of that shit back then, and like, God, some good music in that era. I mean, he's also who got me into like Odd Future, and so fucking
Definitely.
impeccable music taste, that guy. So yeah, there. That's what I like about as like you meet people throughout life and you get influenced by things that they like, and then it's like, really as humans, aren't we just little pieces of people that we meet along the way?
An artist is nothing but a well-trained thief.
I
That's
guess
a
it's
quote
like
from Alan Palomo. I didn't make that up.
the
Oh.
we don't plagiarize here at Beatbox.
No,
We
we
keep it
palmed your
real.
eyes.
Palms your eyes. So, did you have a podcaster tip this week? I didn't write down anything, but I'm sure we could both think of little pearls of
How
wisdom.
in the living hell am I going to give a podcaster tip when I ain't put out no thickness protection program in well over a month? No, I
You
don't
know
have
what
no
your
tip.
tip is?
What?
You take cues from your fucking body and your mind and your soul, and you take
Yeah.
breaks, and that doesn't make you any less of a goddamn
Get,
podcaster than anything.
get you right before you jump back into making content. Before you check social
Yeah.
media, get up, wash your face, brush your teeth. That's
And you
what
want to
type of
know
time
what
we're on.
my sex work fucking pearl of wisdom tip, if you will, this week is numbers don't mean shit. Stop looking at people's following for their validity.
No, it
Because you know
means
what? 50,000 followers that aren't interacting with somebody is just as good as 50 that are. So don't spit on the little guys, and don't over romance the big guys, because the proof's in the pudding. You should just vibe
yeah.
with who you vibe with and be open for opportunities as they come your way.
Yeah, a new thing
So
I want to do is now a new policy kind of going forward is I never close the door on someone.
yeah, I'm willing to hear anybody out as long
Yeah,
as you come with respect and knowledge.
and
Fuck, I'll
professionalism.
hear you. I'll fucking hear you. Yeah,
Yeah,
professionalism is key. If you lack professionalism, that shit, it speaks for itself. And people might not even talk about it, but it's known. So
yeah,
um, you know, be careful, guard your energy, and put your best self out there. Don't
I
let
like it.
yourself be messy. There we
Okay,
go.
is that it for Beatbox on this
I
Wednesday? The return.
I really do feel like it's a good place to, this is a low key episode. And next week we're gonna come back and we're gonna have our flow, and I'm gonna have a settlement in my court case, so we'll know
Good news
what's
is
the
on the
future for
pipeline.
old Foxy Box. So
Roll
I've been
Foxy
manifesting
Box.
a lot,
Yes, you have.
so we're gonna do this. Things are gonna be
We're
good,
gonna do
guys.
this. All right. Well, thank
Oh,
you.
hey,
Oh,
tomorrow our government, I think, is doing some weird shit. They're projecting this fake aurora borealis into the sky. HARP
Aurora
is
Borealis.
like the northern lights.
Oh man.
Yeah, so hey, you guys, maybe tomorrow we'll wake up in a new dimension, and
Make
that
a
would be dope.
wish.
Because I want you guys all to vibrate as high as you can, and let's hope that we can stop the war. Stop the war. No, just kidding.
I fought the war and the war run.
I won.
What the
And
hell
the
are we
working
doing?
class lost. Yeah, no. So either that, or we could wake up and let's go hit the streets and fucking eat the rich. Because I talk about it every week. I'm ready and I'm hungry. Groceries is expensive.
All right.
I love you guys. Oh,
We love
wait,
you
I left.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Peace, love, palm. We want thickness. Beatbox
We
out.
do, and
We
we
do
have it.
this.
Bye.
Bye.